You're listening to Blue Radio, bringing the vibe.
A very good evening and welcome to our news bulletin. My name is Simon Boyer. President William Ruto has called on the newly formed People's Liberation Party to shift its focus from targeting him to addressing national issues. The party launched yesterday saw leaders such as Martha Karua, Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka and Jimmy Wanjigi criticizing the current administration and vowing to defeat Ruto in 2027 elections. However, the president has questioned the party's motives, urging them to prioritize concrete policies that benefit citizens rather than making him the center of their discussions. Moving on, 2 people were killed and 6 others injured after armed robbers ambushed a bus along the Maralal-Baringo highway in Samburu County on Thursday. Witnesses reported that the attackers shot and killed 2 conductors on the spot, while 6 passengers sustained serious injuries and are receiving treatment in Maralal Referral Hospital. The attackers looted valuables from the passengers on boards before fleeing into the nearby thickets. Local leaders, including Samburu Women Representative Pauline Lengurusi and Baragoi MP Eli Letipila, have condemned the attack and called for urgent government intervention to address the rising insecurity in the region. In a separate incident, a police officer was shot and killed in Mandera town by suspected Al-Shabaab militants. Corporal Hassan Omar, aged 55, was on patrol when he was killed by 2 gunmen who shot him twice in the head. Security agencies have launched an operation along the border area to track down the assailants. Moving on to matters health. Healthcare workers from 6 counties in the coast region have held a peaceful protest to pressure the national government to implementing their 2020 agreement. Led by the Kwale County Nurses Chairperson Tobias Onyango, the healthcare workers under the UHC program marched to Kwale Governor's Office, the County Public Service Board Office and the County Assembly to present their grievances and called on the government to employ them on permanent contracts. The healthcare workers have also complained about low wages from their employer, who they accused of failing to remit their pension contribution to the NSSF. They have also urged the national government to pay their allowances mounting to approximately 1 million per worker, which have been outstanding for the past 5 years. Moving on, the government has announced plans to reprocess idle land at the Galana Kulalu irrigation scheme, potentially displacing a member of current investors. Speaking during a parliamentary meeting at the Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Services, Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe stated that only large-scale investors will be prioritized as the cabinet drafts a memo to guide future land allocations. The project is said to receive a $800 million investment agreement following an agreement between the UAE-based Al Darha Group and the National Irrigation Authority. The cabinet secretary defended the long lease period granted to foreign investors, stating that they are necessary to ensure returns in the investment. In other news, a Bomet pastor who was in the run after a video surfaced showing him assaulting congregants during an exorcism has been charged in court. Pastor Zachary Kibet Rotich of Bethel for Jesus Ministry International turned himself in at Chibunyo Police Station and was charged with causing bodily harm to Mary Cherotich before resident magistrate Mbethi Michuki. Kibet denied the charges and has been remanded for 7 days as investigations continue. Moving on to the world of sports, former Manchester United first team coach Benny McCarthy is said to unveil as the Harambee Stars' new head coach on Monday, March 3rd. McCarthy will fill the position left vacant by Edin Firat, who resigned last year after failing to secure qualifications for the 2025 African Cup of Nations. McCarthy's first task will be to oversee Harambee Stars' 2026 World Cup qualifier matches against Gambia and Gabon next month. Well, that's all we have for you this particular evening. My name is Simon Boy.
You're listening to Blue Radio, bringing the vibe.